All right. So I will start out by saying welcome to the afternoon intermediate jewelry making class. And it's good to see everyone and imagine those that I cannot see. And it's good to see some of those I've already seen today. But as always, like I said, I'm glad that we're all able to get together again. And on that note, Mary's all decked out here. I'm looking at all of her crown jewelry. And on that note, I will share with you my wow for this week. And my wow is the word trustworthy. And of course, I usually find my inspiration from things around me or things that are happening or whatever. But being in a state, for me personally, of not trying to get into offshoots of whether something is real or it's not, or all the conspiracy things, I find that trustworthiness is extremely important to me as an individual. And according to the description that I read, it says that when you're trustworthy, that means that we should be able to rely on an honest or truthful message or individual or whatever you're about. So the word that I gave you guys last week for progress, and I indicated that the information came from listening to The Rock in his recovery process. But there were several words that he gave that he thought was important to instill in you in order to say that you're making progress, becoming a more positive person, or whatever you choose to use, however you choose to use it. So I'm adding trustworthy to my character building part for me to say that I feel that's very important. So I knew there were things like empathy and other words that were part of it, but that's really a big deal. So for me, I want to say to you that in my part of being trustworthy, when I commit to something or commit to you, that you can trust that I'm going to follow through. Any thoughts, comments, Stephen?
Sometimes that's lacking, sorely lacking in
Absolutely.
this modern age.
Absolutely. I agree. You know, back to, they say years ago, the old handshake,
Yeah.
no written document, no whatever. You could take your word is bond and whatever. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. So it's all good. So that's my wow for this week.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Because sometimes it's you want to know, almost want to ask the person where they get it from. Where did you get that from? Because today the truth is that some people say don't you're looking at it and you know what you see, but they're telling you to listen and hear what they say, and that's not necessarily the case.
Absolutely.
But, you know, truth is relative.
Huh?
Truth is relative.
Very much. Very relative.
Yeah. So we're all good. So now to my public service announcements. First question I want to ask you guys is, did you or do you have the most recent virtual class schedule?
Yes, I received it.
I do.
Okay, all right. And did you receive the one call now announcement from Andre?
At the 3 p.m.
Yes.
Today?
No.
Yes. Who
you mean
said
one
no?
came today?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yes, there was one call announcement this morning. Okay, Nancy, I will send you, well, are you saying no, you did not receive the schedule, Nancy, or you didn't receive the call?
I did not receive the schedule or the call.
Okay, I will make sure I send you the schedule. Everybody else is okay. Mary, I've already sent you the schedule.
Okay, thank you. I got it.
No problem. Okay, in conjunction with that, there is a new class and I don't want to call it a class, it's more of a virtual discussion that will happen today at 3 o'clock. And my understanding is will be a monthly discussion. And what it will focus on is having a discussion with participants regarding virtual programming. And it's your opportunity to share your thoughts regarding the virtual programming. I mean, there may be other suggestions or whatever. I do plan to join into that because I'd like to hear what's going on. But this will become a monthly participant discussion. So if you are in receipt of the new schedule, that link is on the schedule for today at 3 p.m. And if you do not click on the link, I'm assuming that most of you are aware how you could just put in the access code for the class or discussion, and there's a password tied to this one, and just click on the join in Zoom and put those in, and you still, it will allow you to join into the discussion. You know how to do that, correct? Okay. Yes, no? I'm just trying to make certain that you all good. Okay. All right. Excellent. So Nancy, I will get the schedule out to you. But that is happening today. I'm encouraging everybody, if you can, to participate because it is worthwhile to get your feedback. I personally feel that Fulton County has done a wonderful job of trying to keep the connections going and the things we need to do to try to follow up with continuing our activities, life enrichment activities. So feedback becomes extremely important. So that's all I have to say in that arena. We all good?
Good.
Who do I call
About
to make sure I get this schedule to get online? Send it to me.
it was back to contacting the facility and making them aware of what your email address is. But one of the things is, and I'm not saying this is indeed a fact, is that because the centers have been closed since that last incident, getting in and out of that facility, I can't say that everybody's, you know what I'm saying, able to get in and get to the equipment they need to do some of these things. But normally that's what you would have done, is contact Darnell, because that's where you're registered at originally, and make them aware that your name needed. They need to double check the one called now list.
Oh, okay.
I think you can also call Andre.
Yeah, that's what
Andre.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you can call
Well,
him. And
I
then
don't
he
know
will
if it's
start sending
Andre
you.
calling Roderick, and I'll
No, it's
find out. But
Roderick. They should
Roderick,
be called Roderick.
yeah, I think it's Roderick is who
Roderick.
you have to contact, not Andre, because
Oh, okay.
that was passed off to Roderick, assist Andre and stuff like that, with all the things going on. So what I will do, Nancy, is I will send you the sheet as well as find a contact number for you.
Yeah, okay.
And okay, I will do that. You can trust me. I will do that. Okay. So lastly on our announcements is, I have one area to be cleaned up, but it has to do with the pumpkin contest. We're still planning on doing a pumpkin dressing contest. And I know that it will be October 30th. What I don't know is how we're going to do the presentation. I'm assuming it'll be done virtually. But what they're asking is, and this is something we always did annually, is we always had our pumpkin. So since we're not in the facilities, the plan is to still do this activity. And I think it's a great thing to do. I think it's important for us to try to figure out how many things we can do in a virtual process. So this is another change. The one thing that we're looking at is asking people, if you want to enter, is to purchase a plastic pumpkin, dress it up in any way you choose to enter into the contest. the past 3 years, Kimberly and I have been the judges for that. I don't know where that stands at this point. As I said, there's some details to be ironed out, but I do know the date is definite. So if you want to start working on your honey bear pumpkin, your pumpkin pie pumpkin, however, you know, I think it'd be great probably to get yourself a pie crust and put your pumpkin in the middle of a pie and put a chef's hat on his head or something. I don't know. All right, where you shaking your head. But I just want to make you aware that's still an event that's coming up. So hopefully you'll think about participating in that. And then those are all the announcements I have. Did I miss anything that anyone else is aware of? I try to stay informed. Okay, onward, we're good. All right, so for this week class, I had 2 submissions for our show and tell, which I think all the projects are fantastic. And then I'll kind of go back and touch on some things that need to be brought to the forefront for people that may have missed some things. So we're all good?
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, let me show you our submission for this week. And I try to show them in the order in which they came, even though they may not be lined up in order. But I love this.
Oh,
Pretty,
Oh,
beautiful.
that's nice.
Now, who made it?
Julia.
Julia.
Yes, she did.
Yes.
Julia's a
Wow.
bad girl. Go, Julia.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Magnificent.
I know. I love this.
That is so pretty.
It's gorgeous. Now, Julia, you want to tell us about your pieces?
The top one is a St. Petersburg stitch. It's the double. I think last week I had tried the single, and I just wanted to try the to do the double. So I did that one. And then I was really impressed by the African helix, is it pronounced?
Yes.
And I was really eager to try that out. So that was the bottom, the one on the bottom.
That's here, right.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful.
So I was inspired by the things I saw last week.
Hey.
I love it.
I love the way she
I'm
did.
gonna get this because this is just woo.
I love the way she did the bead for the closure.
Oh, this piece?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's going to hook into the end.
Yeah.
But I love that little bead right there, which will add to the group of beads. That's really nice, different.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you, thank you.
Classic example of working virtually.
Yeah.
And look at the results.
Oh no, I gotta get the hang of this one here.
Now, Julia, you have to try the Polygon Stitch.
Polygon.
Yes.
I remember,
You can do it.
I
You
have
can
a
do it.
pattern or something for that. Is it Polygon?
Yes.
I've seen something with that for that particular stitch that's on it. But what's happening is we're turning from the intermediate class to a bead weaving session, because honestly, you guys are doing so well with using the needle and threads and the project. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I commend you, Julie. You did a fantastic.
What's the necklace? That's they're both bracelets, but the one on the bottom, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's the African.
Yeah, that's the African. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a pattern that you have for both of those?
No, I just took I did have a pattern for the top one. I take that back, that for the top one. I found that in the book I had. And then the bottom one, I just looked online trying to figure out, get information on that stitch, because Ellen mentioned it last week. I think she did it last week.
Right.
And so I just decided to do a bracelet.
Well, I'll be glad when I get there.
Called the African stitch.
Helix, yeah, Helix.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
You know, Julia, you can alter the number of beads you use.
Yeah, I think I was seeing that or reading that. I thought it would be super simple, really quick, you know, based on what you were saying. You didn't have to soak through the beads, just the thing. But it wasn't as quick and easy
Well,
as I
that's
thought,
because
but it was
that's because
good.
probably you've not been used to working with
Yeah,
an armature. Yeah.
yeah, you're
But
right.
once you work a pattern, work the stitch the first time, the next time it
Next
becomes
time
much
it's always
easier to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have,
Who is Ellen? Oh,
Oh, yeah.
this is just an up close.
Beautiful colors.
beautiful.
That is really nice.
Yeah,
It's a simple right angle weave. It's just the beads that I used. I used berry beads instead of regular seed beads.
What
You
kind
use-
of beads?
Berry beads.
Who?
Berry.
Oh, berry.
B-E-R-R-Y.
Berry.
Yes.
yeah, the shape is different because I have some peanut beads
Yeah,
that
it's similar to the peanut.
yeah, similar to those.
Oh,
They're
it's
the peanut
beautiful. It is
beads.
beautiful. Did you make the adornment separate from the main part and then attach it, or is just one working?
It's one working.
Oh,
Oh, dear. Wow.
That's nice, Ellen.
it's magnificent.
Mhm.
And then my birthstone colors, no less.
I know. I always seem to gravitate towards that color.
That's right. So this is it on her
Oh, yes.
display.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is nice.
That is super
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, it looks really nice. Really good.
Oh,
Are you okay, Mary?
this seems so difficult. I want to do it. I want to do it.
It's not difficult. If you can do the right angle weave, you can do that.
Well, I don't know what a writing read is, okay?
Okay.
Is, Mary, usually when I start people out on bead weaving, I normally start them out with doing a right angle weave and a peyote, even count peyote. They're the easiest stitches to learn. Once you conquer that concept, it's really easy to walk into some of the other techniques,
Okay.
really. So when you're at that point that you feel comfortable, I do have a video that I did on the right angle weave to send to somebody so that they could teach themselves at home.
Okay.
So you just let me know. But those two techniques, if you conquer those, and it's really easy, it's just stepping up, honestly.
It's so pretty.
That is
Mhm.
really nice.
It's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
I
Very
could just
good.
wear that. Well, I need some earrings, Ellen.
Huh?
It is so pretty.
Yep. Good job. Excellent job.
Very
Good
good.
job.
Excellent.
Now, and I'm trying to remember, and you guys have to help me with this because sometimes I get those brain waves from one week to the next. What I am trying to remember, I don't remember if I gave you all this pattern or not. I think I did because I can't remember if Ellen worked this from Wednesday
Oh,
class or Friday's class.
Friday.
Friday's
Must be
class.
Friday. Yeah.
Okay, when I talk about
Different.
peyote, this is done in peyote stitch. And I started working this already. I'm at like the 4th row when you're working in, and I didn't realize you have to work from both sides or something like that. But this is a Bengal bracelet that
it's
was
nice.
done. Ellen did this Bengal. So I'm assuming I did not give it to the Wednesday class.
No.
Now, if you
No.
look at this, and as I said, this is a basic peyote. It's just that you work in the inside and outside. I found out after I started doing this. So this is Ellen's piece.
It's nice.
And then I can find it. I should have pulled it out. I wanted to show you, I can find her piece. I'm building up a collection.
Oh my God, yes you are.
Passed it.
I did.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm looking for, right?
Yeah, the gold one.
Yeah.
$131.96. You passed it.
That
You have some really good eyes.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
saw that.
$31.96.
Yeah.
I'm looking for $31.96. Oh, there it is. Thank you, ladies. Okay. Same pattern.
Oh man.
But
Mm.
Oh,
this is
love that.
essence of how you can work the same pattern, your colors and all those things,
Different.
but it's still the same bangle bracelet. I was surprised that both she and Sandra had it ready last week. I was like shocked. I was like, I only gave the pattern, whatever, but nevertheless. So this is still a basic peyote stick. It's just that it's yes,
Beautiful.
P-E-Y-O-T-E, but it's done so that it creates a rope, a closed rope, but it's still a bangle bracelet.
It is nice.
So, but I think they did a fantastic job on the work itself.
Pretty. That's pretty.
Okay. That's what I have in there. So, that's where we are for the things that were submitted.
Nice.
But I wanted to look at that. And also, one of the things that came up, I was talking today, particularly for people that had not touched on other techniques and things that we do. I did talk today early on about using the patina paints, which I think I shared with you guys before. Most people are not familiar with using the paints, but what brought that to mind is, oh, I gotta find it. Is that the use of the paints, I think we kind of gotten away from, and I know several individuals purchased these paints. I'm trying to find Aretha's bracelet, where what she did is she used the paints to color her closure. Little things like that that we've gotten away from. Normally I would have these out already. Here we go. Okay, this is the bracelet that she made. And the thing is, if you look at this bracelet and the bead colors and everything, most times that we're dealing with either silver or gold type closure on something. And when she sent this in to me, what I really like, you see what she did to her closure?
Okay.
And we sometimes forget about this. So if you're familiar with using the patina paints for metal, she turned around and she used, she colored her closure and color coordinated with the beads. You see what a difference it makes?
Beautiful.
Big difference. So I know some of you all have gotten involved with the paints before. Julia, I don't remember, were you introduced to the patina paints?
No.
You were not, okay.
Not that I remember.
I don't think so. I think it was done in a Wednesday afternoon. And this is the neat thing about us being able to kind of cross over the boundaries. So we really don't have to stay regimented to, you know what I'm saying, that particular class. So let me see. Got my paint. I was on a different task today, so didn't have time in between to pull these out. So you could.
3205.
Ellen, your eyes are excellent. Okay,
Mhm.
these are the patina colors that I have, but I know that there are more colors in this. So what happens with these inks or paint, you can apply them to metal finishes. And in doing so, and make certain that it's dried really well, you can change and color coordinate some of your metal pieces. And when everything is painted and done, this is a sealant, a clear glaze sealant that you paint on top of it, let it dry real well, and then it protects the finish of the paints, because natural patina requires oxidation. And one of the metals or material that really oxidize naturally beautifully is copper. This is when it gets all these beautiful greens and blues and different hues and things like that. But when we purchase copper wire or pieces today, it's already sealed with a coating on top. So when I took my metalsmithing class, we would take copper and other wires and dip it into what we call a pickle pot. And it's an acid wash. And that acid starts to eat on the wire or the colors, and it starts in making it spark out all these different colors. And when you reach the color tone that you wanted, you dip it in clear water, and that would stop the oxidation. But natural patinas can take a long time to get the effect that you want. So now one of the big things is people like to add copper gutters to their homes. But eventually through the years, from like when they talk about how the rain, acid rain, there are things in the water that will cause natural oxidation. But in order to prevent that, a lot of the manufacturers that use the copper gutters, they put a finish on it so that the rain will not get to that bare metal to change the colors. But now we can do our own quick semblance of oxidation by using these paints. Have any questions? Well, you all are a real quiet bunch. So, you know, once again, I just wanted you to be aware that that's another item that you can add to your things, because rather than always going out and you know, you may be working on something and decide, I really want to have this color. So for us, most times we place another order, or we go out and we look, trying to find that, because pretty much everything I think that we find is driven by copper color, gold or silver.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty much the standards?
Yeah.
So it's things like that that you want to, you know, like look at and just be aware of. I'm trying to. I was trying to see if I had one of the pieces colored. But since I can't find it offhand, I'll find it when everything's done. But I wanted to specify that. Also this morning, and I know Linda was in this morning's class, and Mary, but Mary knows about this because I still have participants that are not familiar with the Kumi loom. So I will go back and try to focus on some of these things going forward. But one of the things I wanted Linda to see is, I think this is it, is what the Kumi beadwork looks like. Linda, you there?
What do you call this?
This is, this morning when I was talking about that loom, I think you might have asked me about it, the Kumi loom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was the little disc. This is bracelet. This beadwork was done on that Kumi loom, that little disc.
Oh, using that round thing?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I got it. I was
Mhm.
just wondering, I've been looking at all this pattern. I was wondering, how do they do that though?
Well, that's one of the reasons I want to get back to you, because I know you'll be at Michael's soon. You will. But I just wanted you to see what that looks like when it's done.
I
But
have to
this is
start
what you
researching how
add
to
to it.
use that one to do this one though.
Right, but I'm
Okay,
saying is, all I'm at, don't go and purchase anything until I talk about this. Okay,
okay. I won't. I'm just staring at them first. Thank
okay,
you.
that's fine, no problem. I don't want you to do that. Okay, now, I try to, when I can, have a pattern or something for you to look at, to work on, to help you out somewhat. There are no requirements on doing this. There's no time frame on doing these things. It's simply, to me, to add to your stash if you opt to. So I'm always asking, you know, not put any pressure on yourself about, I've got to have this done by X time or whatever. The key thing of it is sharing information, sharing experience, and be in the moment where you are. So I just emphasize that so you're comfortable with that. Bring you, if nothing else. So I found this pattern, and I don't think that I looked at this one before. I don't think I did.
And can you all see me? My screen went blank. Can anybody see me?
I can see you.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why my screen is blank though. Okay,
Yeah, I
maybe
see
I'll
you.
keep playing around with it. That's weird.
Mine did that last week. Somebody was calling me and I was trying to get them off the phone. Then I had to gonna go out. Then it said somebody come back, want to come back in or whatever. So I did that.
Oh, yeah, I do
Maybe
remember
I'll have
that.
to do that.
You're unable to
Okay,
see
yeah.
us, Julia?
Yeah, my screen's just blank.
No, but I see
Weird.
you. Okay.
Okay.
This is a netted pearl bracelet
That's pretty.
pattern.
Mhm.
And what's nice about it is the fact that, to me, because I'm trying to remember, I think we did netting. I know we've done netting. I just don't remember who was a part of that netting class or something like that. But this gives you the opportunity to change these beads out into other things other than the pearls or something like that. And that's what makes it kind of unique, because, you know, we're still trying to use our supplies when we can, trying to reduce the things as we can. So to me, while we're reducing our beads on one side, we're increasing our jewelry on the other side. Look, going from pot A to pot Z. But I feel better to have the made jewelry pieces than all of the beads everywhere. So, but this is the pattern that I found. I think is pretty neat. What is that? A brick stitch up at the top there? Because all you're doing is making these ends and then connecting, you know, stringing them up, going up and down. What's neat about it is, if you think about the concept of fringing, you know, where you go in and out and create your length of your fringe. The netted part is because you're connecting, sharing, connecting beads and things like that, or you sharing a bead. But I thought this was pretty neat when I saw this and looked at it. So what you think?
Nice. Nice.
So should I distribute to you?
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
I know Julia, and Ellen, they'll have it ready by Friday.
Next week. Oh, Friday.
Listen.
In 2 days, yeah.
Yes. Got it. All right, I'll make certain, if you don't have it today, because I have another meeting, by tomorrow, I'll get it out to you. But I'll try to do it later this evening, so I'll give extra time to those of us. Okay? We're good? Okay. So now we're back to your time. And your time is, I'm asking you to share with me what I can look at or follow up so that we can have more interaction in class. I mean, things that we can do. And I really am honestly soliciting ideas and things like that. I thought about us having a dress-up jewelry party.
Okay, bring it on.
Look, I knew you would because I see all of your Cleopatra pieces on now. You all notice her neck?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to bead.
What did you say?
I need to learn how to do that beading, and I think I'd be all right then.
Are you talking about the weaving part?
You just haven't tried.
You know what? I tried and I put it down. Maybe I'm not focusing enough. I can try some focus.
Well, but perhaps I'll look at sharing that video with you on right angle weave. I think if you start out with that, I really do think you'll be able to move forward with it. Julie, you had a comment?
No,
I do, Mary.
no, but I see you now.
Oh, good.
Okay, good.
But I somewhat agree with Ellen in this scenario, Mary. Like you said, you tried it and you just didn't stick with it. But I'm going to try to connect you with something that's real simple
Okay.
so that you can do that, even if you just end up making like a flat band with the right angle weave. I think that will get you started. Once you do that, you'll be good. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. Well, on that note, I will more or less conclude our session for the day because that gives you, if you plan on joining the virtual class discussion this afternoon, perhaps sticking your head in on that. And, you know, just going forward. And of course, I know I don't need to remind everybody about their voting. So I'm ending everything with the voting. Nancy, you had a comment, I'm sorry.
I said, I already mailed my vote in. I got the response back, said it was counted.
Well, the thing is, I have Cobb County had 16 ballot boxes, and there are 2 of them within 5 miles of me. I bypassed the library, and I went up to where the police department is, and the box sits right in front of the police department.
Yeah, okay.
I put my ballot in that box. And while I was doing this, lady came up, she says, "You too, huh?" I said, "Yes." And yes, I do have it. I went on, I was able to see that it's there and everything. But no, I wasn't trusting, not even the library, although it's secure. But of all of them, I chose to go to the police department.
That's a little bit.
But it has been received and everything. So I'm happy to have that responsibility taken care of so that I can feel okay. And I did my donation so I can feel okay. And that's where I am. So I exercise all the power that I have within me to take care of business. So it's all good. So that's where we are. And as always, I still say reach out if you come up with an idea about something. Things that we can just have general discussions on, but you know, I'm back to the same thing. Don't stay away because it's like I don't have anything, whatever. The just being together is extremely important.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't be like your mother, how they put guilt on you, but always remember this. I do look forward to seeing your faces. Okay, so all right, Nancy, I will send you the schedule as soon as we conclude this so that you can have it.
Okay.
All right, ladies.
All right.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Linda.
Thank you.
Be
Bye.
Bye.
Be safe.
You too.